Hello, everybody. Bobo Swaggins here. We're back with it, and I know. You're looking at this. You're like, whoa, he's playing another game. It's not Isaac. I know. We're here. We're in Risk of Rain. You know what this is, and if you don't know what this is, where have you been living? Under a rock? I have no idea how you don't know what Risk of Rain 2 is. But Risk of Rain 2, it's like Isaac. Just imagine Isaac, but 3D. We're going to pop in here. This is the first time you've ever seen me play this game. Not the first time I've ever played this game, though. I am not good at this game like Isaac, but I know how to play this game. We're going to just bring it in. We're going to raw dog it. It's going to be like, we're popping into a fresh Isaac save. We're doing Commando. Commando sucks. You can see I don't play him. I don't have anything unlocked on him. But that's besides the point. This game, if you really don't know, like somehow you don't know what Risk of Rain 2 is, it is actually kind of like Isaac. You spawn in a stage. This is a big old stage here. You gotta find the teleporter. There's items scattered around. You kill enemies for money. It's kind of like, what if you had to buy everything from the shop in Isaac? It's kind of like that. I mean, imagine like Tainted Keeper. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe this game. I mean, it's really good. It's probably one of the best roguelikes you can play out there. So, like, if you want my recommendation for a roguelike and you somehow have not played this game, this is the game for you. But really, no, this game, it gets game breaky, it gets crazy. This thing, it's called a scrapper. You can turn items into scrap. Scrap can print out new items at these things called printers. I don't know. You'll see. I'm not gonna, like, teach you how to play the game here because I'm probably not the right person to be doing that. Listen. Like, you see me play Isaac? I know what I'm doing, kinda, sorta. Cautious Slug, I'll take some Cautious Slug early on. But, like, I play Isaac, I know what I'm doing. I could tell you, hey, you're right or wrong when you tell me something about the game. This game, you could tell me whatever, and I'd probably believe you. I would probably believe you. I have no idea. It's like, oh, Cautious Slug, that's a game break. You just gotta get this item. And I'd be like, oh, probably, yeah, I don't know. But, Cautious Slug, if you don't know what that is, it rapidly heals you out of danger, right? Yeah. So basically, when we're outside of combat, which that happens if we don't find anything for a while, or we don't get hit anything for a while, we heal faster. It's kind of nice, you know what I mean? We got our health bar in the bottom left there. There's an XP bar above it. When our XP goes up, we level up. We get stronger. We get faster, I think. I don't know. I don't actually know how the level system works. These little sparkles over here, you see those like little red things? I don't know. YouTube compression. I actually don't know if you can see that. There's like orange speckles in the sky here. That means the teleport is over there. Right there, that's the thing we hit. Basically, we want to get around this stage as fast as we can, pick up all the items from the chest by killing things, getting money, getting the hell out of Dodge, and we're going up into the next floor, basically, the next stage. And we essentially, there's multiple routes we can take, just like Isaac. We're going to take it Mithrix today if I can win. I won't. But if we can win, we will take it Mithrix. Yeah, imagine Mithrix is kind of like Blue Baby. Like, imagine Blue Baby. It's kind of like that, sure. A little bit harder than Blue Baby. This game's actually kind of hard. Isaac, I could do it with my eyes closed with, like, a simple character. There's easy characters in this game, but there's not, like, easy characters in this game. Where are the chests, by the way? I'm not finding any chests. Sir, out of my way. But, like, I don't know. How else should I describe this game? I mean, it's like, it actually is a lot like Isaac. Like, out in, like, of roguelikes in the world, this one's pretty damn similar. Now, you might be like, oh, Gungeon's pretty similar. I would say Gungeon's pretty similar to Isaac, too. But, like, this is... I feel like it follows the same game philosophy. Gungeon's a bit weirder. Like, Gungeon, you're not picking up items. You can. There are items. There are passives. But, like, in Gungeon, you're not mainly picking up passives. You're picking up new guns. You're picking up more guns. You're picking up guns that work with guns. This game, you are picking up passives. And you will stack them up and get OP, just like Isaac. It's pretty fun. When you get powerful in this game, it's like getting powerful in Isaac. It's like euphoria straight to the brain. I'll open this. We got Delicate Watch, deal bonus damage, breaks at low health. Kind of, like it's something you want to scrap probably, or stack a lot of and just like never get hit again. This thing's kind of like a shop. We have 3 items we can pick from. One's random. One's a Cautious Slug, as we've seen. We can inspect items like this. It pauses the game because it's single player. I'm not used to that. But fireworks, bundle of fireworks, every time we open something, it'll fire out a bunch of fireworks. Pretty cool. Tougher Times. That's an S tier item right there. Tougher Times is essentially like a chance to negate damage. It's pretty cool. I think what is it? It's like base 8% or something. Is it like that? Yeah, I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I shouldn't be saying numbers. I really shouldn't be saying numbers. I just know you need a lot of them, like 60 or something like that, to, like, get up to, like, 70% chance to, like, block. I don't know. This thing, we're not doing this thing. I'm not good enough for this thing. Typically, I fight this thing with my friends in co-op. It never ends well. We get hit by like, a Beyblade attack by the thing that spawns at the end of it. It's like wave survival. It steals your money. It makes waves of enemies spawns, and then a mini-boss spawns. It's bad. It's bad for everybody. Now, maybe if I'm feeling like a gamer, maybe we find some good items here. Maybe I'll do it. I don't feel like dying, though. But it would give us some more items, and I do like that as a concept. Now, another big thing about this game is there is a timer. You can see in the top right, the timer's going up. There's a thing that says easy, and then coming up on it, it says medium. The game gets harder the longer you take. You do want to get through these stages quickly. I'm probably taking longer than I should be, mostly because I'm just kind of like lingering around. Bustling fungus here, I call it bungus. Basically, you hold still for a second, you're going to get a heal aura like that. Pretty useful on some characters. This guy, probably not that useful. It's nice to have, just in case I need to, like, sit in a corner for a second and not die. But, I don't know. I mean, this game, it gets complex. It gets complex. It gets hard, too. Like, you're going to see me probably struggle about 20 to 30 minutes in. Probably. Crowbar, we deal bonus damage to enemies that are above, like, 90% health. It's pretty good on characters that do big, like, single-hit damage, and then, like, their goal is to one-shot the enemy. Because, basically, that'll work. So long as the enemy's above 90% health, you'll deal bonus damage. Stun Grenade, actually really good on this guy. Basically, it's a small chance to stun the enemy when you hit him. This guy can end up firing really fast by the late game, and every single shot I'm firing there has a chance to stun. It's really, really good if you can get your attack speed up. Focus Crystal, closer we are to the enemy, more damage we do. Nice little bonus damage, kind of like Crowbar, but proximity based. This thing is basically, I don't know how soon you see it in a fresh save. Maybe they're available immediately, but this is Void stuff. Basically, these are corrupted versions of items that are in the game. This is Void Sent Flame. Actually, a pretty good item. I'm going to have to read it real quick, though, just to fully remember what it does, because the Void items I'm not as familiar with. I do know what they do, and I know Void Sent Flame is kind of good. Let's see. So, upon hitting an enemy, this is the one that replaced Will-O-Wisp, I think. Upon hitting an enemy at above 100% health, detonate them in a 12-meter radius, and you can see how it stacks to the hypotheses, not the hypotheses, what the hell am I talking about? The parentheses, that's how it stacks. So every time you get a stack, that's how much it adds. So bigger radius and a bigger burst of base damage. So, not bad. We're going to grab this because it's good. I keep hitting escape to get out of that menu. But, essentially, that's like corrupted versions of the items. They work typically kind of in a remixed way to their normal items, but when you pick up a Void item, you can't get the normal item anymore. So that item replaces Will-O-Wisp, for example. I cannot grab Will-O-Wisp in this run now. Will-O-Wisp is a very good item. So is Void Sent Flame, though. Some of the corrupted items are good. Some of them are bad, and you never want to pick them up. It depends on the character sometimes, too. But, essentially, that's that. I think I've seen most of the chests. Normally, I don't play with chests. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm one of those people who plays with Command and Sacrifice. Or is it Command? I don't know. It's the one that lets you pick the items. Like, enemies have a chance to drop enemies. Or, oh, it's Sacrifice and Swarms. That's right. I remember it now. I never am the one that makes the lobby. Sorry. Sacrifice and Swarms. It basically makes it so enemies can drop items, and there's double enemies. It's like little modifiers you can add to your game. War Banner, every time we level up or every time we start the teleporter event, it's going to drop like a little aura around us with a little flag. When we're in that aura, we get increased stats. You'll see it here in a second. So there's the aura. And when we're in it, you can see already we're firing much faster. Boss is going down pretty quick here. This game is a lot like Risk of Rain 1, which makes sense because it's the, sequel to the game. A lot easier, though. This game is not like Risk of Rain 1 in terms of difficulty. This game is quite easy in comparison, but still not even easy. Risk of Rain 1 is just that hard. I need to run, though, because I'm Commando, and I'm thinking that I'm that guy, but I am not that guy, in fact. Right now, with the teleporter event, essentially, we need to stay in this aura around the teleporter if we want the charge to go up, because you can see it right there, kind of between the enemies. It's at 40%. We need that to hit 100%, and then we can leave after we kill the boss. This guy's the Stone Titan. Pretty easy boss. I mean, it's like Monstro. And when we kill the boss, we get an item here. We got Luminous Shot, activating a secondary skill. stores up to 5 charges, requires 3 charges for your primary skill to fire lightning strikes, dealing 175% total damage with a stacking of, I can't read it, but I think it's 50 each. Reduces a secondary skill cooldown by 20%. So our secondary is our right click here, our M2. It's okay, I guess. I mean, that's not bad. That's actually probably pretty good. Some of the items I don't know what they do anymore because they changed them with patches and stuff. So in terms of like the Seekers of the Storm items and stuff, I actually don't know what they do. So that's why I had to read that. I did not remember what that did because I think I've only seen it once since the update. I didn't know what it did, but now I do. It's pretty good though. I mean, we're getting a little bit of a lightning effect here. We just have to hit our right click and then we shoot them, and then it's like a zappy effect, I guess. It's kind of nice. You can see basically everything outside the aura of the teleporter gets locked with those little tendrils. That means you can't open them anymore. You gotta wait for the teleporter event to be over. And it's just so you don't like walk around and infinitely farm enemies, I guess. I don't know. I guess I don't know why, balance-wise, you're not allowed to go get chests that are outside the aura. I don't know. It makes it easy to see where they are, though, so if you want to get them after the teleporter event, you can get them. So we're going to go to the next stage here. We are behind in time. That's okay. We'll be okay. If we die, we die. It's just, it has to be that way. We're going to the next stage here. That was one of the newer stages in the game that I think it came out with Seekers of the Storm, or maybe it was before. I don't know, but that's not a base game thing. So if you do get the base game, you're probably not going to see that stage. I think, maybe, I don't know. Tougher Times is in there, and we also have stun grenades, which we all know at this point. We've seen them in the run, and we got backup mags, which basically gives you more secondary. My M2 basically just gives you an extra charge, so I can fire 2 really rapidly, and they recharge on their own. This is called Soldier Syringe. This is one of the most important items for Commando. As you can see, it's very simple. Increases attack speed by 15%. It's super important, though, because it makes us shoot faster, and it is the build we want to go for. Basically, imagine this guy like if we were playing Isaac and we were going tier effects builds. And basically, all our tier effects were very dependent on our tier rate. So we want to get a lot of attack speed, essentially. We want to stack that up as much as possible. So we are going to grab Soldier Syringe here once we have enough money. It's going to make our life a lot easier. I am liking this this electricity here with our M2. It's actually pretty nice. So we grab Soldier Syringe here. And I don't know. We maybe have something cooking here. We'll see. I definitely want to get more damage here. There is ways to increase damage. One of the most important items are these things called lens makers. They basically increase your crit rate. You only need 10 of them in the game, and you will have enough crit rate to do 100% crits every time. Essentially, that's kind of what we're looking for, too. There's other stuff to increase our damage, but you'll see. I'll kind of run into them as I see them, and I'll be like, hey, that's good for us. That's bad for us. You know how it goes. But essentially, all the characters have the same amount of skills, unless they have things to, like, basically switch. There's one character called Multi. He can actually switch between 2 sets of, like, loadouts of items, allowing them to even hold 2 equipment items, because you can see down there that blank slot with the Q. There's equipment in the game. Kind of imagine it like an active item. Past that, I don't know. The R key is an alt, basically. For most characters, it takes a lot longer to use the alt, but ours is pretty short. Commando's all about speed and stuff. We're going to grab the stun grenades here because, again, tier effect build. Imagine that. And I think we're good here. We got all the items on this area, I think. Whoa, wait, no, that's a printer over there. So this is our first printer we've run into. This one's a bad one, though. Gore's Tomb. Basically, that just generates money around you, so you can pick it up. I think it's when you kill enemies, I'm pretty sure. I don't fully remember off the top of my head, but it's bad. And basically, if you want to use printers, you either have to use, it'll randomly pick one of your items that are white quality to use this one, which is a, wait, what is this item? I forget. Bowstring Lantern increases your attack speed by 7.5% for up to 4 enemies and allies within 20 meters. Oh, okay. That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty good, actually. Ooh, maybe we want some of that. But basically, we want to find a scrapper, because scrappers will turn items we don't want into scrap. When we can select it, you'll see when I pull up the UI for one of them. And printers will use scrap before they use anything else. So basically, when we scrap a white item, we'll get white scrap back. If we scrap a green item, we'll get green scrap back. And it will prioritize using that whenever we use a printer. It's a way to kind of selectively get rid of items you don't want and turn them into something else, which is super important. This is a Shrine of Chance, basically a random chance you might get an item. We were lucky. We got Monster Tooth, cool, and we got it 2 times in a row. Basically, imagine it like Crane Game. That's Crane Game, and it can only proc twice. That's just a Crane Game. It's basically 1-to-1 with Isaac. Literally just imagine it that way. It goes up with price every time you use it, though. So eventually there might be a point where it's costing too much money and you haven't gotten it yet, and you're just like, just fuck it. I don't even want to grab it. Basically how it works. Right now, as you can see, we're starting to shoot pretty fast, and that's good because our stun grenades are starting to proc a lot, and that means the enemies are getting stun locked. Let's use this. We're getting lucky here with them. Some more stun grenades. That's good because they stack. I don't remember how much they stack, but they stack. Lens maker. So this is our lens maker. Basically, if you want to see it here, I guess, hold on, let me look at this way. Or this way. Where's the printable item? I don't know why you have to, like, hover over it specifically like that. Your attacks have a 10% chance to critically strike, dealing double damage. Basically, we want 10 of these, and then we never need anything more. So it's kind of getting tough now what we want. So we have a couple things here. We have oddly shaped opal, which just increases your armor. Armor, I'm pretty sure, negates the damage directly. So if like you had 100 armor, I think it negates 100 damage, I think. But this one is 2 seconds after getting hurt, heal for 20 plus an additional 5% of maximum health every time you get hit. But it's like after the 2 seconds, so like it stacks up, and basically you get like 20 of those, I think, and you always get 100% health back because of the 5%, I believe. Is the math mathing? Is the math mathing? The math is mathing. Well, I know basic math, I swear. But yeah, basically we get 20 of those. We get 100% health back every 2 seconds when we get hit, which is actually really good. And it does sound OP because it kind of is, but getting 20 of those is not so simple. So basically it's like, while that does sound very feasible because it doesn't sound like that much, you do have to find a printer for one of those or just find a lot in the run. We're still looking for a scrapper here. We'll see. Our active we got, by the way, I didn't say, but it is Supermassive Leech. Heals for a percentage of the damage you deal for 8 seconds. So it can be really good, especially on a guy like this who's hitting a lot, because basically we can constantly keep our health up. I don't know. It's okay. We got Power Elixir here, which basically just heals you when you get the low health. Lens Makers, and then more Bungus. Bungus, I don't care about. Lens Maker, I do care about. So now we actually have a 10% chance to deal crits. And crits is double damage. Pretty freaking good idea to get that, right? They're one of the more important items in the game. And, oh boy. Oh, we died already. No. Oh, no, man. Okay, well, that's a good example of Commando kind of sucking, though. Because, listen, he's not that good. But I'm not going to end it there. Why? Because, I mean, it's just unlucky. And this is probably one of the only videos I'll do on this in a while. So I'll play the main character I typically play. This guy's name is Acrid. He is not traditional at all. This guy is completely different than most of the other characters you play in the game, because most just shoot. This guy does not shoot. He is a melee character. He does have a ranged attack, and he has actually a couple ranged attacks, but it's weird. It's not your traditional way. And essentially what this guy is, he's a lizard. He's a lizard. He can jump with his shift. He gets 2 of them. He lands. There's like, well, the one I have set up right now, I think is like the AoE, but the other, because you can switch out those skills and stuff. One is like a creep you lay down when you hit the enemies. His right click is just like a poison. It's a ranged attack, but his M1 is basically melee range, but on the 3rd attack, he always heals for a certain amount, I think, of whatever you deal. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. But basically, the 3rd attack, where he pulls both of the arms together there, it's a heal. Really, really good. Really, really strong, actually. I really like this guy. He's my main. We got Bowstring Lantern, so this is the one with, like, you see it around us, that blue field. The more enemies that are around us, the faster we attack. Up to 4. But if we stack it, I think it's 2 extra enemies, I think I saw. That's one of the new items as well that I think got reworked. I don't know fully what all the items that got reworked were. I'm not like, I don't main this game like Isaac, obviously. But yeah, essentially, this guy is all about just getting in the enemies' faces, getting stuns like that, and just getting in there, healing. Now, his ult, which I haven't explained yet, is basically like, it matters more later, you'll see, but basically I can hit R, and it's a ranged attack just like that, like our right click, but when I hit it, it's going to hit an enemy, and then it's going to spread, like a, kind of like almost an infection, a disease, I don't know, and it poisons them. It does % of their health damage every time they, like, get hit by it, and it's like for so many seconds or something like that, but basically, it's % damage of their health, meaning even on bosses, it's good. And quintessentially, basically, oh, okay, this is good. Grounded enemies hit with any skill or launched and take bonus damage. I mean, that's interesting. That's changed, I think, from how it used to work before. But, yeah, basically the infection here, the disease, what is it called specifically? Epidemic. It's really, really good. It's really good for crowd control because it will infinitely spread as long as the enemies are close enough. They will just keep going, keep going, keep going. And basically, it's a good way to get a lot of DPS in. It does not kill, as you can see. Basically, poison is not going to kill anything. But if you hit it with the initial attack like that, it will kill them. So if you fire it in there, everybody gets really low, and then you fire another one and it starts spreading among them all, it'll kill them all, which is actually really, really strong. We're getting lucky with these shrines. Warped Echo incoming damage is reduced and dealt over time. Basically, we get hit, and instead of dealing it all at the same time, it gets dealt over time. It's not bad. It could save your day. AP rounds, more damage to bosses, basically. Really, really good, especially on characters that do big damage. There's a couple characters like that. One's named Loader. One's named Railgunner. Bandit's pretty good, too, for doing damage. There's only one character in the game I don't have unlocked, mostly because it's very annoying to do in multiplayer, because only one person can get it at a time, but his name's Chef. I've heard he sucks. I am just going to go with he sucks. Maybe he's really, really good, and someone's going to be like, how dare you, Bill? How dare you say that about Chef? Focus Crystals. So here's a good example of where I'm going to start talking about synergies. Obviously, we're a melee character. Picking up an item here that makes us deal more damage when we're close to enemies is important. And you can see basically with the auras here around us, they're very faint on the ground. The red aura is Focus Crystal. The blue aura is the other one increasing our attack speed with how many enemies are in it. And here's one of these Void stuff again. Basically, it just takes 50% of our HP to do that. It spawns a Void enemy too. What that thing does, it will latch onto an enemy, just like any of these guys, any enemy in the game. And it will make them, the corrupted version of them, their Void version, a lot stronger than normal. And you'll see even that there's these things called Void Seeds and stuff that are like pre-generated in the map. And basically we have to kill all the Void enemies to destroy the big aura in it. Needle Tick. 10% chance to collapse an enemy for 400% base damage. This replaces Tri-Tip Daggers, which is basically like an on-hit bleed effect. Just like the stun grenades, but basically stacks bleed. And bleed is a percent of their health kind of thing. Pretty good, especially on Commando. On this guy, I think I would just take Needle Tick because I don't have such a use for bleed because obviously I don't attack that fast. Now, I can attack pretty fast. I've seen him attack pretty fast on some of his builds, but he's not a character that's all about attack speed. He's more just about getting in there. Basically, we would want like backup mag and maybe stuff like that. I don't know. We'll grab attack speed here with Soldier Syringe because obviously we do still benefit from attack speed because every third hit we do, we heal, right? Which is pretty important. That's pretty good for us, especially early on, where we're limited on, like, basically our healing options. We want to get more healing options because, well, we don't want to die. Like, what happened last time, essentially, is an elite killed us when we were Commando there, and it did so much damage immediately that I died. Infusion here, actually a really good item. Basically, it gives you 100 health, but you have to kill enemies first to get it, so you'll see, like, a red orb come out of them, and basically, as we kill them here, we'll get our health up. Basically, we're getting the permanent health up through basically killing the enemies, and that's how it works. It's pretty good. You can stack a couple of them on characters that are especially lower health, because it's a static 100 health. All the characters have different HPs and stuff, so some characters who are low HP would benefit a lot from infusion. Some maybe don't, because they already have a lot of HP to start with. The game gets complex, like I said, and it is a co-op game, so obviously you're kind of supposed to play this with other players. You don't have to. This is a solo game as well, but it is kind of predominantly a co-op game, and there's synergies that you can do with your whole team. You know, there's interesting effects you can go on. Is there anything I want here? I don't see anything. There's a printer. What is that? I'm painting things, by the way, just to see what they are. So, like, I can read in the bottom left there. That's a Bungus printer. I don't really have a use for Bungus. Obviously, this character moves around even more than the last one because I got a melee. And we're just going to start the teleporter event here. We got Wandering Vagrant, which is basically a giant flying squid, and he's not so bad for me to deal with. Most characters, you know, you just sit down there and shoot him. I can sit on this guy's head and basically just constantly hit him and proc my disease and just like hit all the other enemies here. He's going to keep going up apparently because I don't know. He's trying to push me out of the teleporter, I guess. I don't know. Normally this doesn't happen. Maybe because I play co-op and he's distracted by other players. But basically, I'm just sitting on top of him because it works. Now, when he starts to get low health, he's going to do this AoE explosion attack. I'm just going to hop off of him when he does that, and then I'm going to get back on top of him. It's not a big deal. But basically, I just keep poisoning him here because that's kind of how I work, especially early on. I'm an AoE poisoning character. And there's the explosion, that aura. I might make it out of it. If we can hide behind a rock, we don't get hit. Barely we hid behind that rock, so it worked. But as you can see, there's a lot of enemies starting to appear here. We pop Epidemic. You can see them all getting poisoned now. It's very good. And when they're low health like this, you can just hop in with a little hop there, do the AoE damage, get out. And he's still up there trying to get me. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. I thought he was in his death animation. He is not dead. Now he's dead. And we get, what is that? Prayer Beads. Gains experience alongside you. Upon removal, grants bonus stats. Interesting. A good example of another, Seekers of Storm item that I'm not really sure what it does anymore. I don't even remember what that did before. I think it did something similar. Maybe it's the same. But we get bonus stats. It levels alongside us. Gains experience alongside you. Upon removal, grants bonus stats. So basically, I guess if we turn it into scrap, maybe that's the idea. I don't know how many bonus stats we get from it. It'll be interesting. Maybe we'll actually be able to use something out of that. But as you can see, teleporter's still going here, so we can't leave yet. And it's just going to keep spawning enemies on me. The idea here is to just kind of survive. It gets way harder early, later on. You'll see probably hundreds and hundreds of enemies rushing me all at the same time. It gets very, very chaotic. But now that I'm playing not Commando, because Commando is one of the worst characters in the game. But he's the character you start with, too. But I think you can also pick Huntress at the beginning, too. I think she's the other character you can start with. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't, I've never restarted the save on this game, so I don't fully remember. War Banner printer, kind of okay as an idea. I don't really need more War Banners, because basically I think it just makes the aura bigger when you level them up and stack them. So basically it just makes it so it's probably better in multiplayer, I guess is the idea there. I don't know if it gives you more stats, though. I don't think it does. But you can kind of see how this guy's good, right? I mean, he hops around. He's pretty agile. He's got a lot of movement. He's got built-in healing. He's good. That's Tri-Tip Daggers. So because we picked up Needle Tick earlier, as you can see, it turned into Needle Tick even though that was Tri-Tip Daggers. Because Void items are going to make it so you can't get their normal version. So we got another stack of Needle Tick, basically. And that's just going to collapse them. What is the chance to proc it? I think it's 10%. So now it's probably 20%? I don't know. And then it does 400% of our base damage on them when they explode. Oh, see, you can see it right there. It definitely just did it, that purple effect. Okay, cool. Pretty good. I like it. I mean, it definitely can help because I think it'll proc even on our Epidemic there, meaning we could kind of AoE collapse a bunch of enemies at the same time. But yeah, I don't know. We're probably not going to win here, mostly because I'm not used to playing by myself. I get carried in multiplayer. What can I say? Maybe we'll win, though. I have played quite a bit of this game before. Commando just kind of really sucks that badly, to be honest. Because, I don't know. He just doesn't have a lot going for him. He's got some movement, but it's not enough. And his damage is very, very weak compared to other characters. We got a red, so this is like a quality 4, guys. This is basically a quality 4. This is one of the new items, too, so I don't know what it does yet. 3% chance on hit to call a Meteor Strike, dealing 2,000 base damage. Every 100% attack damage dealt increases the activation chance by 3% and damage by 150. So wait. Every 100% attack damage dealt increases the activation chance by 3%. So does that mean every time I deal 100% of my damage, I increase the chance for it to proc by 3? And then stack the damage a little bit with it too? I don't know, but basically that's not even basically. That is the equivalent of a quality 4 item. That's like seeing Tech X. And that's just a chance to appear from those items. I mean, all those chests are basically like mini item rooms. Because items here are less powerful than they are in Isaac's, so you get a lot more chests in one stage here to kind of build up. But the quality 4s in this game, I would say, are actually still just as good as quality 4s. Some of them are very, very good, and some of them are pretty good. And we got a green here. Ignition tank is for another item, basically. So your ignite effects deal quadruple damage. Now, we don't have any ignite effects yet, but basically there's an item called gasoline. When enemies die, they explode and burn nearby enemies. That is an item that is an ignite effect and would work with that. So what we have over here, by the way, we have a new thing I haven't seen yet, but I know what it is. It's Shrine of Shaping. Basically, we sacrifice 30% of our max health, and we get a revive for the stage. Basically, if we died, we would respawn. So I will proc this because, one, I have plenty of health already, and if we die, well, we got a backup life for this for. It's not a bad idea. It's really good for multiplayer because it gives everybody the 1-up. This is just gives you money, basically. So this is like a, what's it called, literally? A Shrine of Blood. You sacrifice a certain amount of your HP, you get money. It's sometimes a good idea to pop that early on in a stage in case you need money and you want to start opening chests immediately, especially if you're weaker. Bundle of fireworks here. Every time we open a chest, every time we open one of those little capsules that have money in it, anything we press E on, it is going to spawn fireworks, and they're going to go and seek in on the nearest enemies. You can stack it up a lot. You can actually make a build solely based around fireworks, but it's more of a meme item than anything. And I don't see anything else in terms of chests. I might be crazy. I'm not seeing anything, though. I think we should probably just go then, while we can, because the game does get harder as we take longer here. So let's pop this. And we got Stone Titan again. There is quite a few bosses in this game, but they don't throw the harder bosses at you, just like Isaac. Like, you're not going to run into freaking, I don't know, Carrion Queen 4-1, because that would be ridiculous. And what do we get here? We got, I can't tell. Oh, it's Squid Pulps. Okay, so this is a bad item. I know it's a green, but activating an interactable spawns a squid turret. It's bad. It does sound okay on paper, because anytime you activate anything we would hit E on, basically, it spawns a turret. They don't move, and they are pretty weak, so they're not very good. It's definitely one of those meme items where you're just like, why is this in the game? Just so you can get a bad item, just like Isaac. Poke these men, and we're looking pretty strong. I mean, I would say so. We're definitely stronger than the Commando build, but we were stronger than that Commando build when we died by the first, stage on this guy. Because this guy's just better in the first place. Everybody's just better than Commando, though. I would say probably in terms of characters, this guy kind of sits in, the B tier. He's nothing, super crazy. There are characters that are way, way better, and they're like a Zazel tier. One in particular is one called Loader, and basically crowd control, high damage, mobility, she has it all. Basically, she is the penultimate character in this game. And we're good. We can get out of here now. And as you can see, every time we hit E, fireworks. It's kind of nice to have. It's a good backup, and if you can just stack them by accident in the background, and you just, have, 5 of them, it'll fire out a lot of fireworks, and it will kill the enemies. It's just, it's not going to help you on bosses and stuff normally, so it's it's not that useful. Do we have anything around here? I see a singular chest. Oh, there's quite a bit of stuff here. Okay, we got stuff. We'll linger around this area for a bit. Anything up there? It kind of looks like there is. I see something glowing. That almost looks like a crowbar printer. I don't know if you guys can see it, because compression on YouTube, that's completely out of my control, but some of the things in this game. But yeah, it is a crowbar printer. I thought it was. Nice. We do have some enemies coming. We have this guy. I don't know what that was about. Was that the... I think that was the meteor strike. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, man. Okay. That's pretty cool. I like the meteor strike. Very passive item, but it's good. 2,000% base damage is not bad, especially when it stacks every time we do 100% damage. If I'm understanding that right. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I wonder... So, when it says 100% damage, I almost wonder, is it, your base damage? So, would it be really good on Commando? I'm not sure, because Commando could get a lot of shots and getting more stacks. The chance is the same, though, right? I guess it is. I don't know. But I wonder almost if it means any source of damage means 100%, meaning if you just do something that's, big damage, you could stack it up really rapidly. Because, I don't know, I do my shift attack here and I land on the enemies. Elusive Antlers spawns orbs of energies that give you bonus movement speed. Okay, and there's the orbs. We touch it, we get imperceptibly faster, but I think I felt slightly faster. Not super quick. Kind of a mid-item. What is he doing? Oh my god, are you okay, buddy? Bro, he's drunk. I don't know what he's doing down there. He's going crazy. Shot him out of the air, though. And we got a, I think that is what I was talking about earlier, the medkit printer. We get 20 of those. We can heal 100% of our health every time we get hit every 2 seconds. Which is really good, actually. It's actually probably something you should go for by your endgame build. But it's hard to guarantee that. It's not hard to guarantee that. I'm just not in practice with this game. I don't play this game as much anymore. I used to play this game a lot, and I would say I was definitely better. Because there's multiple ways to end this game, and I would say the Void DLC in general is very, very hard in terms of the bosses. I don't know if it still is. Maybe it's been nerfed. But on release and stuff, oh my god, where the Void bosses is so incredibly overly difficult. We grab the chest, and then we dip. We start going down this bridge here. More antlers. How does it stack? I don't know. Hold on. I guess we can click on it. Every 10 seconds, minus 10% per stack. So now it's 9 seconds, giving plus 12% movement speed up to 3 stacks for 12 seconds. I guess it's okay. It's alright. It's nothing crazy. It's okay. I don't really have a problem with it. I just kind of, like, maybe wish we were getting DPS right now instead. But you can kind of see right now, we kind of have a synergy going on where we knock the enemies up in the air and we just kind of like void collapse them. It's kind of good. Now, these guys in general, this is the freezing elites. There's fire elites, gold elites, ice elites, which is what you see right here. Voids, which I would say the void enemies are elites in their own regard. Am I missing any elites? Maybe. We have a focus crystal printer here too, which is good for us because that's the close range, more damage thing. What is this one? This is, I don't know. Deal bonus damage for each enemy killed. How does that work? Let me look. Killing an enemy increases your damage by 3.5% up to 10 for 7 seconds. Dealing damage refreshes the timer. Oh, okay. This sounds kind of nice. It's very dependent on stacks, but it sounds kind of nice. I mean, we kind of have a build right now. It's weird. I haven't seen a scrapper in a hot minute, and I don't want to just start scrapping random things because I do have some good items that I don't want to lose. Bungus, like, that's something I would scrap right now because Bungus is useless. Open this guy. And we're going to try and start speeding up here because we don't want to get behind. When you get behind in this game, life gets hard very, very quickly. And that kind of is what happened with Commando, too. Obviously, this is the first ever video I've done on this game, and I know a lot of you guys are Isaac players, and maybe you don't play this game, maybe you played it once ever, and you're just like, I still don't know what's going on. That's why I'm kind of, like, yapping about it. Yapping about it as much as I can. I know enough about the game that I can at least tell you how to play the game. But I'm not good enough. I'm not like, oh, we got Poop Fly on the second stage. Oh, guys, if we get rock bottom here, we're set. We win. It's a free win. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think we're good to hop over here. Never mind. We got a couple chests right here. Again, normally I don't play with the chests. Normally I play with the thing that basically has a chance to drop items when you kill enemies. That's, in my opinion, the more fun way to play. I don't know what the community consensus is on that. I'm not really sure. I don't look at the community for this game. I just kind of do what I do with my friends, which is that mode. That modifier, I guess, to how the game is played. We got sticky bombs, which is like stun grenades, but basically it sticks bombs on them. It's like Explosivo. If you know what Explosivo is in Isaac, it's like Explosivo. And then we got stun grenades, and then we got this guy, which I guess I'll just take him, because that's the reduce the damage when the first time you're hit, which is pretty good. I don't remember what the timer is on it. I could look. I'm not going to look at every single item, though. I just know every now and again I'm going to take less damage. That's all I need to know. We got a stun grenade printer, which is kind of meh for us. It's not terrible. And we got chests down here, so I may as well look down here. Surprisingly, we haven't run into a lot of... Oh, there's Lensmaker. That's crit rate. We haven't run into a lot of the movement speed items. There's, like, things called Red Whip, goat hoofs and energy drinks. Which, did we get an energy drink earlier? I'm pretty sure we did, but maybe that was on commando. But basically, those items increase your sprint speed and stuff. Very, very good for getting around the map. Because obviously, I'm kind of slow. By the end game in this game, you will start... I would hit shift once, and I would go across the entire map. That's how it gets. You start getting very, very quick. Cook this man. This is one of the more annoying enemies, honestly. You'll see a lot of these guys on this stage, those minigun dudes. They can do a lot of DPS to you. They're a little bit of a menace. War banners, not bad. And I think we're good to go. I do want to print stuff, but to be honest, I don't see a scrapper, and I really don't want to lose some of my white items here. We got more first aid kits, which I'll just take. Because, obviously, now we're healing 10% of our health every time we get hit. Every 2 seconds, I should clarify. Pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. I like it. Let's activate the teleporter event. We're starting to get into the scary part of difficulty, where it's like, it's going to start throwing some stuff at me. Imp Overlord. This guy's, basically, he teleports behind you, and he's like, nothing personal, kid. Then he, like, JoJo stand barrages where you were standing. He's not that big of a deal, but for a melee character like me, he's a little bit of a bigger deal. But you can kind of... Oh, my God. We're dead. That's kind of the problem. We're taking too long. Basically, that's what's happening. If I do another video on this, I won't explain the game as much, so I can kind of, like, lock in. It's kind of like, imagine you had to rush through boss rush. That's the kind of mentality you have to go through in this game if you want to win. Because if you take too long, you're going to die. You're going to die because things start doing too much damage. You're not strong enough, yada, yada. That guy is actually a pretty hard boss for me to fight at this stage in the game, though, because he's all melee attacks, and he's high damage, but he's not really big on the range, so he's very easy to kill with just about anybody else. I could kill him normally. Didn't have a good build. Took too long. You know how it goes. But anyways, I think that's where I'll cut it. We did a couple runs there. I don't know. If you want to see more Risk of Rain, let me know. I would definitely have to set up, like, a video idea. This was just, like, long play. Like, hey, let's do some Risk of Rain. You know, check it out. Let's see some Risk of Rain. It's a pretty fun game, though. I recommend it. I played quite a bit of it at this point. I think I have, like, 200 hours or something. I don't know. It's not comparable to my Isaac hours, but I played quite a bit of it for a video game. For a video game, 200 hours is quite a lot. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see more, let me know. Let me know. I'll play more. Maybe I'll make it a stream game. Maybe I'll just make it a video game that I do videos on. That's what I made my video. Yeah, it is a video game, Bill. Anyways. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you didn't get annoyed by me, like, yapping. I tried something different where I kind of, like, tried to, you know, describe the game while I was doing the video, because I know how to play this game, and I know some people will go, oh, I've never seen this game before in my life, because apparently it happens a lot, apparently. It's like, oh, I've, like, never seen Isaac before, but I saw your Noita playthrough, and I'm like, what? You've never heard of Isaac? That's like a... What? That's the most popular game on Steam of roguelikes. That makes me, like, confused. Actually, Balatro, I think, beats Isaac nowadays. Balatro is kind of... It's kind of him. But anyways, enough endgame rambling here. Enough end-of-video rambling. See you guys on the next one. Peace!